Who's your dad? Who's your dad?
We've got a new toy.
Hi and welcome to episode 33 of the Arya Bark Podcast. My name's Caroline.
And I'm Andrew.
And we're coming to you today from our home in Fife in Scotland. If you're a new viewer, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. It's great to have you here. How was your break?
No. I went from being sore, which was manageable with ibuprofen, to itchy, which is manageable with nothing, because I can't scratch it. And it's on fire.
And then you had a COVID jab on top of it.
Nah, the COVID jab was fine.
You can find detailed show notes on the Arya Bark website, which is aryabark.co.uk. You can find me on Ravelry as either Arya Bark on my personal account, which is Saltra.
I am Plumberboy21.
We have a Ravelry group, which is Arya Bark Designs. We have a private group on the website for anyone who would like to take part in make-alongs or chatter. If you've already signed up, all you do is press login, put your details on. And if you would like to sign up, you can find the page under the community tab, then groups. We'll ask you some details, make sure you're a crafter, you're accepted pretty quick. We have an Instagram page, which is Arya Bark Designs. We have a Facebook page, which is Arya Bark Designs, and we have a Ko-fi page, which is Arya Bark Designs.
We are still and currently running along.
Oh no.
Running
It's
to
not my time to walk.
make alongs. The first make along is the hashtag New Things Make Along 2021. You must be a member of either the Ravelry group. My mouth's not working.
Ravelry.
That one. Or the private group. That one group. Or the private group on the website for your entry to count. Physical prizes will be drawn quarterly. The next draw is on the 26th of September.
Yes.
Not long. 2 days? No.
2 days?
I don't know. I don't know what month that is.
2 months?
That one. It was 2 something.
Oh dear.
Physical prizes for the FO thread. The winner for that will be drawn by random number generator. Then Mr. Bark and myself will choose an entry each month from the chatter thread, and the winner will receive a pattern of their choice up to the value of £10. Whips are allowed and multiple dipping is encouraged.
Dipping, not digging.
Enter as many projects as you like if you can show how it's new to you. Examples include but are not limited to new yarn brands or colourway, stitch pattern or designer, new technique or construction. Remember to wear your hard hat. The second make along we are running is the ABD StashSmash 2021. You must be you must be either a member of the Ravelry group or the private group on the website for your entry to count. Physical prizes for that again will be drawn on the 26th of September. Physical prizes for that FO thread will be drawn by random number generator. And then Mr. Bark and myself will choose an entry each month from the chatter thread, and the winner will receive a pattern of their choice up to the value of £10. Whips again are allowed and multiple dipping is encouraged. If it can be measured in metres, it can be entered.
Oh.
So knitting, crochet, knitting, crochet, weaving, spinning and cross stitch if you can measure it in metres. Goals are at your own discretion. You can increase and decrease whenever you like. Each person entering will have one FO thread post that all projects will be logged in.
Make sure when you're putting your entries into the FO threads that you're also putting them into the charter threads to double your chances of winning a prize.
Bow, 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 bow.
This week we have going out StashSmash, whips and UFOs. I did not miss that. Timestamps for each section can be found in the description box below. It's all about the FOs this week. I have two. And two husbands. My first finished object is my Blurry by Albina McLaughlin. Stick details up here. The pattern is now released. It was released on Thursday. It is available on Ravelry. If you're unable to use Ravelry but you would like the pattern, Albina has said if you direct message her on Instagram, she'll arrange for payment and the pattern to be sent out, and it's amazing. I have lived in this. I would put it on.
Her cardigan. She lives it in her house. Her cardigan.
So this is it here. Could you hold that end up?
I mean, I could.
So all the buttons have been put on, and it's got 3/4 length sleeves, and it's all bound off. I've
blocked it.
I don't think I've blocked it right. I'll need to reblock this, but it is so good. So good. I thoroughly enjoyed knitting this. This bit is amazing. Fake seam. Love it. I'll stick a picture in because I did have to take a picture with me wearing it. Oh, that was the start of me wearing it. I purposely didn't put it on so that it was all nice for its first pictures, and that just, and when I was going out first thing in the morning, it was getting put on. This is using, the main colour is King Cole Big Value Limited Edition. It's 100% recycled acrylic. You get 282 metres in 100 grams. The main colour is shade 4723, which is denim. The I-cord bind off, which wasn't as horrific as I was expecting it to be. Obviously, it is all the way down, front and back, and everywhere where there's a seam has I-cord on it. It was actually quite pleasurable.
So you
I
can
thoroughly
say
enjoyed it.
It is the cardigan of many eyes.
The cardigan of many eyes. I used 1,364.9 metres of the denim and 33.8 metres of the duck egg, which is shade number 4731. Again, that one's King Cole Big Value Limited Edition, 100% recycled acrylic. I would really like a woolly version of this, but seeing as I'm quite good at going, I don't think it's a good idea. I used a 3.75mm hook, and in total I have used up 1,398.7 metres. I just did it as the pattern instructed. I think you get instructions to about here. Well, you get instructions for the whole thing, but you get told how long to make it. I just made it as long as the pattern told me to for a little change. It sits perfectly at high hip length, mid hip length. The sleeves are 3/4 length. They are perfect for driving in the car. I will be making more because this was my happy place. I need to stop stroking it. Or do sit and stroke it. I'm weird.
But you know.
That's me done.
Next project, which
Only FO.
My only finished object is my snid. That's weird in the back.
It's a cowl.
That one. It's weird. Look, it's weird in the back.
You just need to block it.
But it looks like a butterfly. Anyway, as
Have you
according
blocked it?
no, as according to Sardar, it is Sardar, eh?
Yes, it's Sardar.
As the ladies' snood,
Pattern number 8206.
or now it's a unisex snood. It is using.
You might want to fix your hair because it's like literally all over the place.
It is using. I don't have a ball band. Sardar Alpine Super Bulky. It is shade number 402, which is seal. It is 100% manufactured fibre, which is a polyester. And you get roughly 33 metres and 50 grams. I used 45.7 metres.
I think one used about 70 grams.
And it was done on a 10mm needle.
Are you over that pattern yet?
What do you mean over the pattern? Or do you mean over the wool?
No, the actual pattern.
It's just a bunch of knit stitches and I think pearls, I think.
No, I'm talking about obviously you had instructions on how to make everything in it and you wanted to do everything in it bar the scarf.
I wanted to do the scarf, but you were like, it's way too much money to spend on all that wool. It's like, I want to make everything.
Oh, sorry, your money, your issue.
I want to make a blanket out of this.
That would be way too much money.
No. Not the fluffy blanket.
I would date in a tighter stitch than that though. Because that's...
But it would mean I'd be able to wear it all year round. That's because that's where I put the hole in it. You've literally picked out where I put a hole.
This is where you put the hole in it.
Oh well.
It's not where you put the hole in it.
There is somewhere in that. I think I've made a hole.
Your gauge is pretty loose in that. Don't get me wrong, it's nice, it's light.
Because on my last one you can't tell me stop strangling it, I can't bind it off, or I can't show you how to bind it off, you're strangling it.
Andrew, I couldn't even find a place to slip the needle in. That's how you know it's been strangled.
So that is me.
My next project that is all finished, which is slightly unexpected, is now I need to figure out the ends haven't been woven in on this because
unexpected. You barged into my room in the middle of watching Netflix, go, look what I've done, how many projects have you finished? How many projects have you finished? And I was like, one,
I may
why?
or may not have gloated a lot, but I have finished the rivage top.
Up. I can't see the bottom.
I can't hold it up any more because my neck's sore.
Just do that. Like, you show it like that and then go, whee, it's got bits at the bottom.
The rivage top. This was where I was the last time.
It's a bit weighty.
It's actually not, see when you put it on.
Uh-oh.
Go put it on for me.
On me?
Yes.
Why?
Because you'll see it's no heavy. It feels heavy.
It's not going to fit me.
It will.
It doesn't fit me. It comes up to about almost
That's what
a crop top.
It doesn't. It covers your belly.
Barely. It's almost a crop top.
See, you've got it hanging up too far at the front. The only issue I have is this.
Oh, it folds up.
Now that's me doing more than what the pattern told me to do for a rib. So I've got that left. I can actually see me pulling that rib back out and joining this back on and doing the rib a bit bigger.
Could you not just iron it?
I'll try blocking it first, and if that doesn't work and it starts irritating me, because it does it at the back as well. Front and back, it keeps flipping.
What's happened here?
Because I got overzealous when I was weaving it in. That'll block out. So this is the Rivage top, which is pattern 199-23. It is by Drops Design. I made no modifications whatsoever. Well, technically I did, because you're supposed to do the sleeves 9.5 inches, but my sleeves are only 9. But it's fine. It fits, no problems.
I think you gave me it back to front.
I don't think it's decided what side's the front and what side's the back, because see if you actually line the two bits up, it's pretty equal. I used Drop Saffron in shade number, where's the shade number? There it's there. Shade number 5, which is light blue purple, sport weight.
List weight and stuff and runs.
And you get 159 metres in 50 grams. I used 928.6 metres. I am so happy. And I used a 2.5 for the edgings and the ribbon, and a 3mm for the body. I enjoyed the pattern. It got a bit tedious as you got to down here, but it was alright for sitting watching the telly. What?
So we need to wait, the drink fountain's gone.
So I'm going to get that woven in, and hopefully tomorrow I can get it blocked. That's my plan, and I'm sticking to it. I will apologise now for the constructions noises. It is now 7 o'clock. It's still going. It's been going since about, they'd started before we left this morning. I had the garage at 8 o'clock this morning. They started. They're building a fence. It's took a month. And the seagulls, they're irritating as well.
Just because I keep sweating you.
Doesn't swoop me when he wants fed though, does he? My goal this year is to craft 26,000 metres. At the beginning of the week, I had used 13,478.47 metres. My blurry cardigan and the Rivage top has added an extra 2,327.76 metres to my total, which brings me up to 15,805.23 metres. I have not brought anything in, so my total remains the same at 31,131 metres. And it leaves me 10,194.77 metres to my target. I have crocheted 1,965.8 metres. I have knit 11,570.16 metres. I've still only spun 253 metres. That's bad. And I have woven 2,017 metres.
That'll make you sick.
I
Spinning all those metres.
I have chosen to take part in the Ravelry Project Challenge. My challenge is to complete 28 projects in 2021. I don't think I changed that.
I don't think you did.
I don't think I did. I need to go and check that, because that doesn't seem right, because I finished 2 projects. I have completed 21 projects out of 28. I am sitting at 75%. I only have another 7 projects to finish until I hit my target. Are you jealous?
No.
Yours is right. I changed yours, I didn't change mine.
That's because you love me more.
So, yeah, and I'm sitting at 75%. So that is me.
My goal was to craft 5,000 metres. I'm never going to get there.
You're never ever going to get
there. My previous outgoings have been 654 metres, 54.3 metres. I've used 45.7 metres, so in total I've used a whole whopping 700 metres. We are now on what, the 8th, 9th, I don't know, 6th, 7th, the middle of the year, let's just say. And I need to do about what?
4,000 metres. 4,300 metres you need to complete that.
So 3-4 times what I'm already on. It's still me halfway year to do that one. So my previous incoming,
yeah,
is when?
FYI, I'm not drinking beer as I am brew. Oh, I didn't realise I had the bit there.
Everywhere on the
folk thinking that I'm drinking beer on the podcast.
My previous incoming was 5,577.6 metres. I've added nothing.
No, not a thing.
That's good. So to total I'm a whole 4,300 metres. Yeah. So I've got to do about what, 1,000 metres a month, more maybe.
Well, you could.
Just to get me to. This is never getting done.
You knit on Monday night at Knit and Natter. You knit on Friday. Did you knit in between those times?
I don't think so.
Therein lies your problem.
The only thing I want to work on is my blanket, and it's too warm to work on the blanket.
As I told you, see if you sat through here.
I don't want to sit through here.
You would have the use of the great big fan.
I want to watch my own shows, not you with your EastEnders.
Don't watch EastEnders.
And like Love Island.
Calm it. Seriously, I would calm it. I have never, ever, ever watched an episode of Love Island. Thank you very much. As I said to you, B&Q, ruddy great big fan.
How much was that?
£18.
$16.50 at my work.
Right, well, why don't you buy yourself one then?
So, I've done all I've done is knitting. So that's 700 metres of knitting. The Ravelry Project Challenge. I promise I'm not drunk. I chose to do 12 projects in 2021, That's not hard. 1 project a month. I can do that, he says. I've done 5. I'm halfway through the month. So
halfway through the year.
Halfway through the year. It's not that bad. I'm a month behind.
You're a month behind.
So it's not actually that bad. So I'm sitting on a...
If you make a concerted effort with your knitting...
Well, I'm almost possibly done 1. Getting close to the end. So that leaves me with 42% complete.
Yes.
My only whip that is... I don't think this has seen a project bag in like the last week. Is my finally decreasing...
Do you want me to hold that?
Yeah.
It is finally decreasing. Look,
habitation through.
look, it's decreasing.
Though,
Are you excited?
did have a bit of a scare. Because I was knitting away and I saw it starting to go slightly. I was like... Because it was sitting a bit like that. And I was like, I've mucked up. And it wasn't till like I loosened off the needle a bit that it's actually started to make a corner. So...
Where were you last week? We're playing Hunt the Fox.
It's there.
But why are you showing the back of it?
I don't know. It's the side I picked up. Ta-da! Oh, don't move. Almost slipped stitches.
This was where he was. This was where he was. The last time we podcasted, you put a fair bit in it.
I know.
Right, can I make a suggestion? Don't ever.
That was not me, that was you,
That
Mummy.
I can
Yes,
assure
it was.
you that wasn't me because I hook it round a stitch, no through a bump.
That wasn't me because I don't touch it. 'Cause you're like, oh, by the way, you've cheated and moved that down, so I've put it in the right place for you this week. So that was you. I have this much left to go
Not got much to go.
till I go back to my... You're about to chuck. I don't even know what the
Are
second
you
one
sure
is.
that's definitely the second ball?
Yes, it's the second half. I'm using 3 balls, and this is the second half of this one.
You want me to snip them?
No. It's the same. Yes, I've got only a wee bit left to go till I go back to using my pageant and finish it. Hopefully. It is using So Crafty. I don't have a ball band. I don't have a project bag. Rainbow yarn, which is an Aran. So it is... Go, stop. No. This is a pageant. That's Savannah. I've said that right, eh?
Yeah.
They're both 80% acrylic, 20% wool, and you get roughly 350 metres and 200 grams. I'm using 6mm high sharps on a 42-inch cord.
42-inch cord.
Nailed it. It is a paid for pattern on Ravelry, and you can also get it on Etsy. And that is me.
Is that you? Oh, that's right, you don't have any other projects at all.
No.
My first project isn't actually a project. I'm making a swatch.
Why is it round?
Because I'm knitting it in the round. I am going to be starting the Boxy by Joji Locatelli. I do not intend to make any modifications whatsoever at the moment. Whether that stays that way, I don't know. The yarn, obviously this is the yarn brand I'm planning on using. The colour I'm planning on using is this, which is Drops Fable. Shade number 110, which is Rust. It's a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. You get 205 metres in a 50 gram ball. I have a ton of this. So the plan is I'm going to do the boxy in this and see how I get on. Now, I have attempted to make the boxy. This will be attempt number 4. I get about an inch up from the rib, get bored there and rip it out.
You know, better keeping it on the needles, that way you have no other choice but to push on with it. Because if you really want it...
Well, my thinking is, I need something that's just plain knitting for talking to Ryan on video chats while he's away and watching TV programmes. So this could work, and then Zoom, because I can just sit and go around in circles. That's how most of the rivage talk was done.
You can sit and zoom.
I can zoom on zoom.
Zoom all about the zoom.
So that is my plan. I've done a 3mm needle. That doesn't work, it gives me too many stitches. So my next needle size is a 3.5, and I'll see how that goes. I may possibly need to go up again because I'm not going to hold out much hope, but hopefully by next week it should be started. My next project I cannot find. It is in my project bag that I got from Heather. This is from Naomi's Favourites.
Remember, oh sorry, you need me to
this bag.
Just get to focus. Ow! That was a punch.
You're lucky it wasn't your face.
Don't, I need it for work.
I love this bag. It is really, Andrew will tell you, anytime I go out and I need to like take my knitting with me, my phone will go in there, the house keys will go in there,
the car keys will go in there, and you're like, where have I put the car keys? Like, in your bag. You got the car keys? No, I don't drive.
I do, all the time. Take it with me everywhere. It's great because the handles are big enough that they actually go over my crotch, the hand bit of my crotch. I'm in the middle of a sock. Not in the middle of a row, I'm in the middle of a sock. These are the Slip It Socks by Chrissy Long-Derks. Sorry about this one, Ryan tried it on yesterday and it fits. It fits. So I'm all happy. Modifications, I'm doing these toe up instead of cuff down. They are using Attic Spin Dye in the premium sock in the rainbow colourway. This is a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. You get 425 metres and 100 grams. As you can see, I'm back to counting, and it's worked because I counted the stitches, put the heel in. The plan is to do half an inch up from the shadow stitch heel and then do the pattern. Luckily enough, Ryan is aware he's not allowed to wear these in his work shoes, so it will only be in trainers, and that's a good fit for him.
So does that mean I get to wear my nice socks in my work shoes because they're trainers?
You could do. As long as it's, as I said to you before, As long you can wear it in whatever shoes you like, as long as it's not steel toe caps.
I've been wearing them in my steel toe caps for years, and I've never had the problem with Ryan that Ryan had.
Well, that's why I don't knit you socks.
None of my socks have been ruined.
You ruined a pair of socks the day after I gave you it. Mum, there's a hole in my sock.
That's because in the old house the carpet gripper was broken and chewed it. Not my problem.
I am using a 2.5mm high sharp. This is a free pattern on Ravelry. All links will be in the show notes on the website.
Oh, I thought you'd go back to YouTube and go in the description box below.
I would, but I can't because I don't know how to link them.
In the description box would just be getting bigger and bigger.
Here's the name of the pattern, and obviously I put the links up there because if you watch it on the telly, right, and folks say, oh, the pattern's in the description box below, I watch YouTube on my TV. I cannot access that, which means I then have to go onto YouTube, which then affects other people's analytics because the video will play, I'll have to stop it, I'll find out the information that I'm wanting, and then I'll come back off it. So I'm not going to watch the same YouTube again, the same video again.
And the amount of projects that we have on the go, it would literally look like a Star Wars credit, just going.
Yes. I really enjoyed this pattern the first time around. There's really slip stitches. I really enjoyed this pattern the first time around. I'm so over this pattern. I joked on Knit and Natter that Brian was going to get ankle socks because I'm over it. These have been going on for 5 months.
It's a long time.
It's a long time. I am now forcing myself to work on them because I'm wanting them done. So I'm just going to carry on with them. Don't get me wrong, the pattern's great. I don't know what it is with me in socks now. I'm just no wanting to knit on socks.
You just got to carry on, my wayward son.
Oh, shut up. My first UFO is I'll leave details up there and I'll stick a picture in as well, is the baby yarn woven blanket. This pattern is not on Ravelry. I'm making it up as I go along.
Or stopping it where you are.
I could make a shawl.
Table, like.
Forget the blanket and just make a
or
wrap.
One of those hangs that go across the table.
A table runner.
Table runner. It's a table runner.
The warp is using So Crafty Baby Yarn, which is a chunky in the Dove colourway, and the weft is using the Dove, Fanfare and Harbour. They are all 100% polyester, and I'm using a 2.5 dents per inch heddle. When did you say you were off? Wednesday, Thursday?
Yes.
Wednesday morning, me and you warp that thing up. Because I can guarantee if you help me warp it up, I can guarantee it'll be finished for next week. Because it takes only 2 minutes to weave. The next project is the Blurry Rainbow. That's a rainbow version of my denim cardigan. The pattern is by Albina McLaughlin. There will be links to Albina's Ravelry shop if you wish to purchase it. If you're unable to use Ravelry, I will link Albina's Instagram account as well, because what you can do on the website, you can click on the link for Albina's Instagram account, and that will allow you to contact her, and you can, if you're wanting to buy the pattern, you can direct message her. I will be using various oddballs of acrylic that I've got sitting. And I think that's it. And I'm using a 3.75mm higher sharp.
My only UFO, and soon to be no UFO, because I'm going to rip it out because I'm done with it. We are over writing the breakup song. As my Star Stitch Cushion 2, Why Did I Knit You? By So Crafty.
I did warn you.
I love the first one. I love the wool. It's just, it's not getting as much love as everything else. I'm not working it as quick as I did the last one. So it is just sitting in my project bag.
You do not do well with repetition. I told you that. I am your mother. I know you better than you think I do.
Okay,
as a
then,
child, once you'd finished playing a game, you did not see the point of playing it again.
Right then, if you know me so well, what's my favourite number?
My phone number to annoy me.
No, I don't even know your phone number. So, yeah. It is, well, it needs to be done because that's when the OCD side comes in, because I've got a double bed, so if I put one on the bed, I need the second one because there's two. Not to say that I've got the pillow for the first one, but that I've finished months and months ago.
I have offered him on 3 separate occasions to take him to Dunelm Mill to buy cushion pads, and every time he's like, we'll go next weekend. Oh, I can't be bothered. So you only have yourself to blame, Master Andrew.
So
modifications. You've not made any.
I've not made any. I thought I was reading your second one there. It is by So Crafty. The yarn, need to give context to what I'm talking about. The yarn is by So Crafty. It is baby yarn, which is a chunky, and it is in the colourway of Dove, which is 100% polyester. You get roughly 95 metres and 100 grams. The pattern is not on Ravelry, it's on the back of the ball band.
Of which he doesn't have any more.
I do, it's just in my room,
and
not
he
in the
can't
bag.
be bothered going and getting it.
So it will need to be done. When it will be done and worked on again, I don't know.
My next project is the Northeasterly by Skeranigans, who is Melissa Alexander Loomis. I have made 0 modifications so far. Using various minis and 4-ply scraps that I have sitting about. And I'm using a 2.75mm Knit Pro Zing Fix Circular and a 2.75 Knit Pro crochet hook to start off with new strips. I have done 2 strips. I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks to get that started back up again. Oh, sorry, it's a pay for pattern on Ravelry and on Etsy. I'm hoping to get started back up again. I think once I have completed, what was I going to do?
Rainbow.
Once I've done the boxy, I think what I'll do is I'll take a week off from all other knitting and just work exclusively on the Northeasterly to give me a bit of a break, because that's easy enough to work on. My final project in UFOs is the Cotton Sheet Blanket by Lisa Haring Fox. I had to take the needle out of that to use it on my bloody cardigan. Now I'm finished that, I should be able... What?
I was going to be, is this you find the excuse not to start it back up?
No, I should be able to start it back up. Obviously I've still got the knit needle and the other... Oh, maybe no, because I had to take that needle out because the other needles weren't big enough. that will get started up. It is far, far too warm just now to be working on a double knit blanket, and the blanket literally does have to sit on top of you.
You could just sit in the living room and use a big fan.
You have one thickness of blanket. I have two, and about 6 million stitches. Yours gradually goes down. Mine's is the same length constantly.
Mine felt like that. You'll get there, Mum.
Yes. Am I really that bothered about it? No, really. I will get it done. I do and I don't like working on it. I don't like working on it because the rows are never ending. I do like working on it because I really want that blanket. I am making no modifications at all. I am using Robin Double Knit, which is shade number 44, which is black. It is 100% acrylic. You get 300 metres and 100 grams. And the white is Yarn Fair Tootsie, which is baby white. It's again, that's 100% acrylic. You get 150 metres and 50 grams. And I am using a 3.75mm higher sharp, and that pattern is available on Ravelry. So that is all our projects this week. Are you planning on dying at any point? Andrew posted a message on, we have a Zoom group on a Monday at 8 PM and a Friday at 11 AM. On Friday?
No, it was Thursday.
On Thursday. Andrew had posted a message on the group saying, does anybody want to try Squish Kermit?
Yeah, so I asked if anybody wanted Squish Kermit because I'm dying tonight, and
he didn't. He lay in his bed and fell asleep. And then it was, I'll do it tomorrow.
No, I came in from my work and Mum's like, there's stuff there if you want to die. And I was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. I came in, agreed to it in the car, came in, was like, I'll sit down, watch some hingy, have a coffee, then I'll go die. Sat on my bed and was like, this is comfy. I'm quite tired now. Got up, was like, I need to die. Bull. I should specify bull. So we went to, had a bit of sore head, and I was like, right, let's do this. Mum's like, you can, this is going to take a while, and I was like, no.
Andrew genuinely thought, I don't know how he managed to delude himself, that he could die up in like 15-20 minutes.
No, it was just at this point, it was what, 8?
At this point it was about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. And it's like, you do realise starting this late it's going to take hours and hours and hours. And he's like, I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow.
I'm off tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. And
did not happen.
I said to him, I says, well, see if you're up early. Yes, sniggering away. I says, we've got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. I says, so if you're up early, I says, we'll get the podcast recorded. I says, we'll do the natter, and then we'll
go do other stuff, post
parcels, do all this other stuff. You had to go to the bank. I was like, we'll be able to do it when we come back. If there's a way for Royal Mail to make something difficult, they find it. It took me 2 hours to make up. You're shaking the camera.
Sorry.
It took me 2 hours to make up 2 labels. 2 labels. Because that was slightly rude.
Yes.
2 labels. It was a colossal pain in the neck, and it was not fun. So by the time we eventually left, Ryan was on his way home. Ryan was going to get into Kirkcaldy about the same time as us, so we met Ryan, had our dinner, came home, and the day never got done.
And neither did the podcast.
And neither did the podcast. because Andrew had come in, he's like, I'm going to, this is the operative word, I'm going to come in, I'm going to have a coffee, and I'm going to sit in my bed for 5 minutes, and I'm going to chill. And at that point, Bethany and Ryan was like, podcast isn't getting done.
Ideally, it goes from I'll just sit in my bed to I'll lounge a wee bit, and then it just slowly works that way till I'm eventually lying on the bed and I just go. And the problem I have is I do wake up a few times being like, because like I'll be watching a video and I'll fall asleep, and then something will happen in the video and I'll wake up, and it's that way. Most folk would go, I need to do something. I'm like, nah, just go back to sleep.
Just go to sleep. Do you have any plans for this week? Mine's just to get that boxy done and more of Ryan's socks finished.
Start the pull on hat, because I should finish that in a week.
Is that the final bit of the...
Yeah, my final bit of the pattern. I know the final bit, because the final bit.
If you're wanting stuff finished, you're going to have to spend more time then.
See, I would, because I like working with that wool. And we're getting a bit cooler, I can start wearing it to my work and be like, I made this.
I made that.
No, I'm not making you one.
No, I'm not making you one. I'm wanting to get the boxes started. Ryan is back home. We will stick. We'll do it at the beginning or the end?
Up to you.
We'll do one at the beginning and one at the end. The one at the beginning will be
Landscape.
Arya's first ever week without her dad. It was seriously cute, and she's kind of used to it now. And you recorded a video where...
Yes, it will be up that way with black boxes, because I forgot to turn it sideways. So I apologise.
If we can get him to get it transferred over, I will put it in. I'm not going to hold my breath.
I will do it when I go through, because I need to do something on my phone anyway. I don't know what it was.
Is there anything else? Natter is on Mondays at 8 PM and Fridays at 11 AM. If you would like to join, just message me on Instagram.
On the grams.
If you message the Arya Bark group on the Arya Bark Instagram page, it's no page, it's Instagram, then I can add you to the group chat, and that way you'll know if we're going to be late or if it's having to be cancelled.
Because our internet decides to go down.
Because our internet goes down. Happens on a Friday. You notice that? I was on a Friday. It used to be I was on a Tuesday. Now it's on a Friday. My internet gets cut off. Well, it doesn't get cut off, obviously. We do pay our bills.
It drops off the face of the earth.
It drops off the face of the planet. Oh, I just dropped that. Sorry. Is there anything else? Don't think so.
No.
Ryan's back away up to Aberdeen on Monday. It's last week. He's last week being away, then he's back. He comes back on Friday, and that'll be him for a whole 8 days.
He sure doesn't want to just go again.
No, because he was up there for 3 weeks, back for a week, up for 3 weeks, back for a week, and then up for a couple of weeks. So that is my plan. It is 7:45. I am going to get my dinner because I'm kind of hungry. Chicken curry pizza.
I'm not hungry.
I've got a cheat to be hungry the amount I bet I do.
Aye, that McDonald's and everything got a shout. It'd be like, "Oh, do you want one?"
You were working.
As
I said to you, the car has got these new air conditioning.
Funny, never felt it in the back.
I did. I was properly chilled.
Just go away.
Dropped the car off this morning at the garage to have his air conditioning fixed. So Mr. Bark and I went to McDonald's.
Why didn't you just go to Subway?
I can't eat a Subway. I can't eat white bread.
They do wholemeal bread.
Me and bread are not having a fun time together.
They do wholemeal and
we're having another trial separation.
I don't even know who you are anymore, Mum.
So we decided to go to McDonald's. Well, we had to go to Asda's to pick up plastic cups. We had to go to McDonald's to pick up...
Asda.
What did I say? McDonald's?
McDonald's. Went to McDonald's for their plastic cups.
We didn't go to McDonald's for plastic cups. We went to Asda's for resealable plastic tubs for putting dye stock in, and we thought we'll just go to the McDonald's and Asda's, paid for our stuff, walked all the way up to find it was shut.
And we went, was it yesterday, to McDonald's?
Oh, it didn't get much.
I told you, because you were like, because you were talking to Ryan about, I think he wanted to get stuff at Asda, and you were like, yeah, we can go to that one. I was like, no, we can't, they're only doing Uber Eats and Just Eat. And you're like, oh aye. So then, literally probably 24 hours after, you then go to Asda.
Can I just point out, Ryan says the McDonald's up in Aberdeen and Asda's is open.
Yes.
On McDonald's website, it clearly tells you in Asda's that restaurant is open, and it opens at 8. We were there at about 8:15 and it was shut, and there wasn't even the Uber Eats folk there.
What, like totally shut?
Totally shut.
Right, then that one might have changed its time.
Well, they need to update their website then, because clearly it said it was open.
The Asda one, or...
Then I asked for a donut, I asked for 2 donuts, and I had to get a refund because I only had 1 donut, and I was like, that's fine, we'll share it.
Should have just been like, that's fine, I'll get a McFlurry at like 8 o'clock in the morning.
It took that long to get through the drive-through that we had literally just been given our juice, and the wee lassie says, could you maybe wait? She's, because we need to sort out your refund for the other donut. She's, and your food's not ready yet. I was like, that's fine. We literally drove into the parking space, and the garage phone, she's like, hi, that's your car ready to be picked up. And it was like, great, we've just got through the drive-through.
Shit, did you even bring them back at McDonald's?
No, I normally send them biscuits.
All that hard work and not even a McFlurry.
I do it all the time. I send them random gifts, like biscuits. They get their biscuits at Christmas, and if the car's been in getting stuff done and they've been their usual wonderful selves, I will get Amazon, because there's a pandemic on, to give them biscuits. Because I love my garage. They're awesome.
So yes, I have nothing on bar work.
I have nothing on at all. Nothing at all. I'm just going to sit here and knit forevermore. That's my plan, and I'm sticking to it.
Just hope my shingles go away.
You should go away.
You see, we'll talk about this off the podcast, because it'll go. This is a conversation for off the podcast. Don't want to get too gruesome.
So that is everything. We hope you have a very crafty week, because
Yes.
I'm sitting watching that battery pack going down and down. Oh no, last thing before I go. It is the end of the month. Next week will be the end of the month. I forgot. So make sure that you're getting your entries in for the pattern prize for next month. This month? No, next month, this month. And we will do the draw next week.
Yes.
Whenever the podcast will be. The podcast should go up on Sunday. I will mark down
This one. Or the next one.
this one, and I'll also leave a note up there roughly when the podcast will go, because it will depend on what hours you are next week.
Well, I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday.
Because there's no much point recording on Wednesday or Thursday. So it'll have to be whatever time you finish in the afternoon. Or you need to get up early and we need to do it first thing in the morning.
Up early? I'm sure I'm working on 6 o'clock, so I'm not getting up at 3 to be like, hi, you're welcome to the
No, if you're starting at 6, then that means that you're finishing at 2. So we'll be able to do it when you come back. It's just a case of the minute you come back we'll have to record. So there you go. So we hope you have a very crafty week, and we will see you back here again next week.
Unless I decide to sleep through it.
Unless Andrew decides to sleep through it and I get really ticked off at him and just record it on my own. Because it came very close today of Andrew not being on the podcast. There was a lot of shouting and me going, will you hurry up? Move.
Yeah.
Bye.